What's worse? Another day, another music reaction. It's been a while since we reacted to Martina McBride. And Bernie is always the man behind the Martina McBride requests. So, Bernie, thank you very much for this one. It is called I'm Gonna Love You Through It. So, previously, there's been. How many times have we reacted to her now? I think twice already, ne? Or thrice. But we always seem to get the stories wrong because the songs are so realistic. It's so powerful. It's so. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of information, and sometimes the first search we do is not always the right information. So then we just assume no, but it's based on a true story. Sometimes we think it's about Martina's sister's daughter, all of these kind of things. However, I decided this time around to just go and read a little bit up on this song just to make sure that we actually do get the story straight. So this time around, the story is based on a lady. I'm not sure who this person is, but she does seem to be part of the let's call it the crew, I think, because it was the songwriter who wrote the song for Martina, and her name was Sonia Isaacs. So Sonia Isaacs, her mom had breast cancer, and essentially this entire song is based off her experience and how Sonia's dad handled the news and the process and the just everything that goes with it. So this is going to be beautiful. I just know it because I know Martina's music. And like I just said, like it's so realistic that it's almost really difficult to believe that in the way that she delivered it, that it's not a personal story to her or for her. Yeah, and I think it's going to be extra special just because just about every female in my family on the one side, on my mother's side, had breast cancer. They either died or breast got removed, or they have so many issues that they have to continuously go back and forth to the doctors to go and have themselves checked and make sure that whatever lumps they're feeling is actually not cancerous. So, but the problem is there's lumps, and you don't want lumps if there shouldn't be lumps. So yeah, this is going to be probably a hectic one. So I hope you guys are prepared because Martina just knows how to bring out all those emotions out of us and almost like shake us back to reality and just make us realize that life is not that damn easy. And there's a lot of people with a lot of problems out there. So best we can do is support and help and gain as much knowledge as we can so that we can take care of ourselves and of others. Okay, so let's give it up for Martina McBride. I'm gonna love you through it. And she's always so beautiful.
In May of 2006.
April 15th, tax day.
That when you're diagnosed with cancer, everybody around you is diagnosed as well.
At that point, you realize just how much someone means to you.
All I wanted to do was to live to raise my children.
She dropped the phone and burst into tears. The doctor just confirmed her fears. Her husband held it in and held her tight. Cancer don't discriminate or care if you're just 38. With 3 kids who need you in their lives. He said, I know that you're afraid, and I am too. But you'll never be alone, I promise you. When you're weak, I'll be strong. When you let go, I'll hold on. And when you need to cry, I swear that I'll be there to dry your eyes. When you feel lost, you're scared to death, like you can't take one more step, just take my hand, together we can do it. I'm gonna love you through it.
But my husband was so supportive.
He just looked at me and said, you know what, it's gonna be okay.
And there was my dad sitting on the little bench.
We've always just been this team.
And he just said, I wanted to be with you.
My sister moved in with me, and like tripping over my niece and my sister.
It was wonderful to know that I had a support system.
They always loved on me and never made me feel like a burden.
She made it through the surgery fine. They said they caught it just in time. but they had to take more than they planned. And now it's forced smiles and baggy shirts to hide what the cancer took from her. And she just wants to feel like a woman again.
That's a sad thing about women having to lose their breasts. I suppose for men, there's a few things that make a man feel like a man. For a woman, one is our breasts. Personally, and I know for this is completely different for every woman out there, but for me, I've always felt when I have short hair, like very, very short, up, that my femininity is at the door, which is strange because I'm still very much female, like my chromosome is still female. But it's sad that we almost find our identity or our gender in how we look, because it's just not correct. And it's now all of a sudden, sadly, when we lose our breasts, we feel like, okay, but now how is our husband supposed to, how is he supposed to love us now? How is he still supposed to feel attracted to us? Because those are the things, those were your assets, I suppose. If you want to be a little, not blunt, but just, let's go with crude. Your assets when you landed your husband were not only your personality but also your physical appearance, is what your body was made of, what you offered. And some men like big women, some men like small women, some men like healthy looking women, some men like your more curvy woman, like whatever it is. Some men like big boobs, others like very small boobs. It's really, if you knew that you had everything that your husband wanted. And you know what, sometimes women actually make men way more superficial than what they actually are. I think men care far less about the superficial stuff than what we think. And they care more deeply about who we are. How do we make them feel? How do we make them feel when they are home? Do we make an effort for them? Do we cook for them? Do we make sure they live in a clean space? Do we take care of the kids? Do we bathe them kids? If they want kids, or if it's something that you can do for them. I don't think this is not the olden days anymore where it was crucial. If you don't bear a child, it means your husband's going to take another woman. That was more in that was very, very early on. And we don't have that anymore now. Now, your man is still going to love you whether or not you have breasts, because he has seen you gone through this, and he's going through it with you because he is with you in this. You're not supposed to be alone. So I really like how they portrayed how this man actually was there for his woman every step of the way. And wherever she felt gaps or that she was lacking, he was like, no, but you're not. Because this is why I'm here to complete whatever you think you're lacking right now.
Her smiles and baggy shirts to hide what the cancer took from her. And she just wants to feel like a woman again. She said, I don't think I can do this anymore. He took her in his arms and said, that's what my love is for. When you're weak, I'll be strong. When you let go, I'll hold on. And when you need to cry, I swear that I'll be there and dry your eyes. When you feel lost and scared to death, like you can't take one more step, just take my hand, together we can do it. I'm gonna love you through it.
17 years later, here we are. I'm lucky I have a family that is incredibly supportive.
This was my safe haven. It was like, you know, God and angels right there with us.
I appreciate all of my caretakers that took so good care of me, and that was you, Daddy. I love you.
When there's a road gets too long, I'll be the rock you lean on. Just take my hand, together we can do it. I'm gonna love you through it. I'm gonna love you through it.
You know people love you in your life, but you don't know how much until you get sick.
My wonderful set of friends that would rally around me at any given moment.
Just that people would give up their life and their time to stay with you.
Somebody loved me through this, and I'm gonna love somebody else through it. And that's what we have to do for one another.
I'm gonna love you through it.
Yeah, Martina is a beautiful woman. I love her eyes. Oh, man. Like, by now we need to sub. It's been too long and we haven't subbed. Okay. I think let's just go read through the lyrics just because even though we heard everything, I want to just hear everything this man said to his woman again. She dropped the phone and burst into tears. The doctor just confirmed her fears. Her husband held it in and held her tight. Cancer don't discriminate or care if you're 38. With 3 kids who need you in their lives, he said, I know that you're afraid and I am too, but you'll never be alone, I promise you. When you're weak, I'll be strong. When you let go, I'll hold on. And when you need to cry, I swear that I'll be there to dry your eyes. When you feel lost and scared to death, like you can't take one more step, just take my hand. Together we can do it. I'm gonna love you through it. She made it through the surgery fine. They said they caught it just in time, but they had to take more than they planned. And now it's forced smiles and baggy shirts. So this is what leads us to believe that they had to obviously remove her breasts to hide what the cancer took from her. But she just wants to feel like a woman again, she said. I don't think I can do this anymore. He took her in his arms and said, that's what my love is for. When you're weak, I'll be strong. When you let go, I'll hold on. And when you need to cry, I swear that I'll be there to dry your eyes. When you feel lost and scared to death, like you can't take one more step, just take my hand. Together we can do it. I'm gonna love you through it. Oh, baby. Yeah, and when this road gets too long, I'll be the rock you lean on. Just take my hand. Together we can do it. I'm gonna love you through it. How incredibly beautiful. I think because I know it's so prone in my family. One is all the female cancers. But the other one is, I mean, there I lost my uncle to a brain tumor. I believe, did my grandparents? No, my grandparents didn't. Oh, my grandmother, yes. She has issues with her breasts as well. And looking back, so I think you guys know by now that I was diagnosed with PCOS a while, like 20, what was it? I think 2018. Yeah, 2018. But I was misdiagnosed since I was 26, since I was 16. So since 2006, they never knew that I had PCOS. I was just given contraceptive tablets and said that will sort out your problems. And what it did is it actually made everything worse. And we know now, based on scientific studies, that contraceptives is actually what gives women ovarian cancers and breast cancers and all of these other things. So I made a decision many years ago to just stop it completely. I stopped taking it. And I mean, I was told in any case that I wouldn't be able to have kids because of the PCOS. But then what I did do, both my brother and I, we did a significant amount of research. And we really dove into it because the family obviously is prone to have cancer, and me with the BCRAs, now looking back, I can see my mother also had BCRAs and she never knew it. My grandmother had BCRAs and she never knew it, because back then, BCRAs was not really, there was no studies. The doctors just they didn't understand it. They would give you contraceptives or whatever to say this will sort out your hormones, this will give you a period, this will clear out your skin, this will make you drop your weight, all of the general hormonal things, issues that females have. The thing is, I had a huge amount of cysts on my ovaries. So my ovaries looked like cauliflowers in the second last scan that I had. Now, this was 4 years ago. Yeah, I think it's about 4 years ago now. Then both my brother and I started doing research, and we dove into, we despise Big Pharma and everything that Big Pharma tells you to take. And we despise chemotherapy, and because they literally pump you full of more poison that's just going to kill you. Yes, it's meant to attack the cancer, but it actually just, it kills you. And if you look at chemotherapy is $1 billion industry. So what we then did, after we did our research, we've put together a recipe, and we've spoken with people who had stage 4 cancer, which it was spread throughout the entire bodies. They followed the recipe and they were cured. The doctors only gave the person, I think, less than 6 months to live. For instance, one example, he started the recipe, and I think it was 18 months later, I think, if I remember correctly, and he's still kicking, and he's doing better than ever. He's healthy, not a trace of cancer in his body. So my brother and I, then we started making serious changes in our lifestyle. So we don't do cane sugar because cancer thrives on sugar. Once a year, we do a 2-week full-on water and bone broth fast, because you starve cancer cells, you starve bad cells, you starve everything in your body that shouldn't be there. And then what you actually do after 3 days of fasting, you enter a process of cell regeneration, is what they call it. So you start regenerating all the good cells, and even the good cells go after the bad cells and get rid of the bad cells. It's freaking amazing. You guys really need to go and do some research on full fasting, and I'm not talking just intermittent fasting. The cell regeneration only starts after 3 days. That's why I do full on 2-week fast. You don't break fast at the end of the day. You fast. Some people do it for religious reasons. If you go actually look at cultures where they fast for long periods of time because of religious reasons, those people are your healthier beings, because you also break down all the glucose, you break down all the, what is it called, you end up having ketones in your bloodstream and in your urine, and that actually means that the process is taking effect and you're getting rid of all the bad stuff. And anyways, so my point is, we started following the recipe. One is you take ivermectin. Ivermectin is amazing. It kills parasites. What is cancer? Cancer is parasites. If you go look at science, serious science research, it's parasites, which is why they love sugar, which is why cancer loves sugar. So drop the sugar. We use ivermectin. We do the whole nature thing. So typical moringa. Cayenne pepper. I drink cayenne pepper every single day. Do you guys know that I had diabetes level 1 or type 1 diabetes? I had so much cholesterol that I had to be on meds the whole time. My doctor said it's a freaking miracle I haven't had a stroke yet, and it's inheritary, so I got it from my family, from the bloodline. And then I had the B series. So I drink spice tea. I make spice tea of fresh turmeric, fresh ginger, lemon, cumin, coriander, cayenne pepper, and cinnamon. And I mix all those spices and I make a tea, and I drink that tea at least 3 times a week. So whilst I fast, I actually drink a cup every single day, sometimes twice a day. Because turmeric is anti-inflammatory. You can even add garlic. So if you drink raw garlic cloves, brilliant. It serves as an antibiotic, even oregano. So there's so much that you can do. By the way, after my 2-week fast in December of 2022, I think it's 23, no, 2023, I think, 2022, can't remember. Oh, and castor oil. Please don't forget castor oil. I'm sharing my recipe here with you guys. Like, honestly, share it far and wide. If anyone wants the full recipe, you can come to me. I'll email it to you. Because you need to do everything in conjunction, and depending on the level or how bad your cancer is, you might need to take a more aggressive approach. So my recipe is the very aggressive approach. It's for a stage 4 cancer patient. But I mean, I'll tone it down and tell you what is it that you need to take for. As me, I take it as a preventative measure. But to heal the PCOS, for instance, was the 2-week fast, my spiced tea, ivermectin, and then I slept with castor oil patches. So all of that combination, after 2 weeks, I had no cysts on my ovaries. Nothing. They all fell off. So generally, my gynecologist said to me, we can remove it surgically, but it will always come back. It creates a lot of pain. I am in a lot of pain when I have the cyst because it's unnecessary pressure, and I mean, it shouldn't be there. So it takes up space where there is no space. So I made the cysts fall off my ovaries. My body shifted it out. It cleared up all my hormone issues. I no longer had cholesterol. I no longer had diabetes. I to this day, I don't take contraceptive tablets. Everything else is regular and normal. My weight for the first time in my life became normal. So whereas in the past, I would just look at something and I'll gain weight. I will train like a crazy person in the gym. I will do weightlifting. I'll do resistance training. I'll do cardio a million times a day for hours. I'll drink protein shakes. I'll have my kale and my spinach and everything every day. I just kept gaining weight. And then I did my 2-week fast. I stopped the contraceptives. I didn't have to take any other meds that for my chronic diseases and whatever. And you know what? I drop weight naturally. I stay consistent. I don't have to worry. I eat whatever I want. We still have a rule in this house where we try and reduce sugar. We don't eat. We'll have a snack or I'll make some dessert every now and again, but it's maybe once a month or once every 2 months. We do intermittent fasting basically every day. We only really eat at night. Sometimes we'll snack during the day, but it's nothing serious. We don't have to be serious. What we do religiously is we have our lemon water, warm water in the morning with cayenne pepper before we have anything else, before we have coffee, anything. And then I always make sure that I cook healthy dinners. We only use like coconut oil, olive oil. We try and stay away from the sunflower oils. Stay away from the sugars. We use honey. Well, my brother does. I don't do honey. Honey makes me break out. But my brother uses honey in his tea and coffee. And guys, we're healthy. We're healthy. The one thing that I still want to cure though is my brother's insomnia. He has severe insomnia. But he has had all his life. He only sleeps 2 hours, and then he's perfectly fine. Although for the last 2 years, he sleeps only 15-minute intervals, which is not good. So he's suffering a bit. That I'm still researching. I'm trying to solve that. But I think it's a lot of stress as well because we obviously want to leave the country and we're working really hard to make this a reality and get out of this country before we all get slaughtered. I don't know if you guys stay up to date, but we're not in a good space. But yeah, so that's my 2 cents, guys. I mean, take it, leave it, do whatever with it, whatever you want. All I'm saying is stop giving Big Pharma the money that they demand and want, because they just keep killing people. They keep killing people that you love and care for. Whereas we have nature. The gods gave us nature. Use nature. I haven't used anything so far that's unnatural, that's not from the soil, that's not from produced from plants. And I literally cured my biggest and most painful disease that I've had to walk with, and that was PCOS. I mean, I was told I can't have kids. Now I can have kids. I mean, hello. Do you know the pain that women go through for injections and shit when they know they have PCOS and they try and fall pregnant? It's injections. They puncture themselves. They have to do all these strict things. They need to take all these chemicals. And no, for what? For what? Do research. Guys, that's the most important part. Don't live with blinkers on your eyes. Don't just take whatever. Don't even take what I'm telling you now. Go do and do your own research. Understand what these natural components do. Understand what they are good for. And then logically, you'll be able to put those two and two together. Go and understand what a cancer cell is and how it develops. What does cancer want in order to thrive? What does it not want? If you answer those questions yourself, hello, then you have your answer. Stop listening to other people and do your own research. Real research, not what the media tells you, not what Big Pharma tells you. Okay? Okay. That's my 2 cents. You'll see I didn't even get emotional with the song. I think it's because I feel really hopeful. I feel I have victory over this because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen the cures work. I feel sorry for everyone who has gone through this and who did not know of the nature solution, basically. And that's really sad. But yeah, thank you. I will check you guys in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.